What it is, what it do, what's poppin'? It's your boy Marquise, Wyman, Q-Sav in the building.
What's going on? It's your boy Trick or Trade Night.
Hey, what's good with you? It's Ready Rashawn.
Hey, people of God, it's Jawan Raffin and McClam.
Hey, it's your boy Easy E. Welcome back.
And we are back with another rendition, another episode, a special Mother's Day edition episode of the Way to 8 podcast, coming to you live and outside this time from the Heartbreak Hotel.
Yes, sir. Back in the place again.
Yes, sir.
I've been missing a couple, maybe an episode or two, but
Yeah, we got Brother Knight back in the building.
yeah, you know,
Trick
working
or
busy.
Trade.
He's out there, essential worker, fighting for us. Some of y'all sitting on
duty.
some of y'all sitting on the bed asleep.
Look, been out here.
We out here working.
running. I'm telling you.
Sean, what you been up to, bro? Like, how life been treating you? You know, you about to make some big moves. Like, what's going on?
You know, tomorrow the big day. Making a new transition in life. You know, moving into my house tomorrow. So, you know, heartbreak mansion. You know, the heartbreak mansion. Yeah.
That's a heartbreak match.
The heartbreak. You know,
Can't
upgraded.
wait to have a cookout over there.
I ain't lying.
Might need to have a good old housewarming.
I know it's coming.
Hey.
It's coming. Hey, to be announced. But
You know, we got this special Mother's Day edition of this episode. Try to, you know, recognize and shout out all the mothers that are out there, baby mamas too. We love y'all too.
Yes,
shoot.
All love.
Where y'all boys getting y'all mothers for Mother's Day?
We can't release yet. We want it to be a
I'm
surprise.
gonna get, I'm gonna get a little song. I don't know if she gonna listen, so you know.
Yeah.
But by that time, she should already have it. Bro.
You think so?
Hopefully.
If she don't, what you gonna do? What you gonna do to improvise?
At the rate package is going. I don't know why we're
Tell
gonna
her it's on the way.
Hey,
It's on the way.
Hey, give her a call and a couple dollars in there. And say, hey, don't worry about the main thing coming in the future.
right.
Well, my mama cussed me off. I try to tell her something
Yeah.
like that. Hey, what you give your mama?
Say it again.
What do you give your mother for Mother's Day?
Yeah, my gift's still pending too. So I gotta act fast. I can't be the one that try to say, "Yeah, mom, my gift's coming late," because she'll act like I don't love her no more. So I need to make something shake.
Eric, you say that every year. Okay, you say this every year.
Eric, didn't you get your mama
A bottle of
a
lotion?
bottle of lotion?
Now, y'all can't make Eric look bad twice. Back to back shit.
First of all,
You're right.
that wasn't what I just got her, Sean. Sean, we're gonna have to shake hands again after this. It's the second
What kind of lotion was it?
It was some cherry blossom.
From Bath and Body Works.
Okay, I was like bread.
That's solid.
bread.
That's
I
solid.
think it was open though. I think you gave her an open bottle of lotion.
Oh,
No, I didn't.
Well, at least you know
the already
she worked.
pre-used lotion.
At least you know
So you
it
trying to
worked.
say your mom was ashy? That's what you trying to say?
Sheesh.
She needs some moisture. That was it.
Y'all gonna get off my mama. That's all.
Hey, Miss Matt.
Hey, mom.
Love you.
But nah, I think last year when I got my mama was like a aromatherapy kit or something like to, make the house smell good. You know, you gotta get something that your mom gonna use on a daily basis.
Right.
That's the key.
Yeah. I gotta go to the mall. The mall open?
I think everything opened back up. Master opened everything up.
Yeah, the governor opened up everything. So.
Yeah, he ain't heed to no warnings, but everything should be open back up. It should be no excuse why gifts shouldn't be pushed out.
But my mom can get it though, because I still gotta make money. I'm kind of broke right now. My unemployment ain't hit yet.
Sheesh.
Right.
I got my shit.
It's a hard time, but
tough out
it's
here.
the thought that count, right?
It's
I
definitely-
promise you.
I'm gonna get out my
I would
face.
not tell my mama that.
Yeah.
What she
It's
said.
the thought that counts.
What she said. You can still get food, right?
Yikes.
Have you ever had a Christmas where y'all got y'all present 2 weeks late? And I said y'all was gonna get it.
Like, well,
Well,
this the time.
But we never really celebrated Christmas on Christmas. Our Christmas was like when the tax return came in. That's when our
All
Christmas
right.
started.
No, for real.
Like, babe, wait till I get my tax. We gonna be alright. Everybody else playing with their toys outside, riding their bikes. I said, bro.
You got that one gift, that one video game, like this will last me until down February, March
That's kind
time.
of tough, Q.
I mean, it is what it is, bro. Like, what can I say? No, like, I just had to wait.
Hey, look, you can't be picky. You
I
can't
want
be
it
picky.
now.
But what's some like very, I guess, memorial moments that you had with your mother outside of, well, we can talk about beatings. I'm pretty sure that I got probably one of the worst beatings ever because I'm only child. So I got one of like the worst
The worst beating?
beatings. Yeah,
Well, I think I could top that list multiple times. God, though.
on beatings.
I got a top 5 list of beatings, bro.
What's your top 5 list of beatings?
Man, shoot. Number one, I remember one time, I think, my mom, when she used to go to Benedict, they used to have a little homecoming up here.
Yeah,
And she just left the house probably about an hour or so. So me, Tisha, and my little brother Shamar, we was sitting there, we was all chilling, and I think me and Tisha got into an argument and whatnot. And our grandmother usually comes and picks us up during that time frame, and we'll used to go stay with her for the weekend. So me and Tisha got into an argument, and next thing you know, me and Tisha swinging at each other. Pop, pop, I get a
Swinging.
couple licks, she get a couple licks. And then, my brother, he favored Tisha a lot, so he was like, you know, stop hitting my sister. This mug pull out the butter knife on me.
All right,
He pull out the butter knife.
I would
He
beat
pull
y'all
out the
too
butter
now. I
knife.
had to beat y'all too.
Yeah,
I act
butter
like
knife.
a Tyler Perry movie.
He pull out the butter knife. I'm trying to push him off. Me and Tisha fighting, and I pushed Tisha through her door, which broke her door. And then me and Shamar and Tisha going at
I've
it.
always wondered why you had that drape hanging. Why she had that drape hanging there?
Yeah, because of the door. Like, you know, we was fighting and, you know, speared her through the door. And then I think that's when we had JoJo too. So the dog food little bowl and whatnot, we cracked that and all the dog food flew in the air and went everywhere. I think we busted a light out or something like that. My grandma got there and she was like, what are y'all doing? Blah, 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 blah. Y'all need to love each other. Y'all need to stop doing this. And I wanted to fight them. And then, like, when I got home.
You wanted to fight your grandma?
No. I ain't say that now. Come on now. No, Mark Bro ain't play like that. Nah, she
Mark
got us.
Not play.
Look, we had a good weekend. But when we got back to the house and my mama found out what happened, she said, y'all know I'm going to tear y'all ass up, right? And then she sure got that belt. She went to wa-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. And that was it.
Sheesh.
I'm telling you.
I feel like the worst beating I ever got was when my mama came to my kindergarten school and beat me when I was just waking up out my nap.
Oh my God.
That's the worst one.
Bruh. Cause I think I was acting up a lot, bro. I think I was just like, you know, just being me, like talk to the shorties. You know?
Right, you know, it's cool.
Yeah, dapping on my homeboys.
your nap.
Yeah. I think I was doing that before my nap. And then the teacher said, I'm gonna call your mama and she gonna be here after you take your nap. I was like,
Oh, I wouldn't know what to sleep.
bruh. But I was trying to go ahead and go to sleep, so when she got there I would already be sleeping.
Whoa.
So she couldn't beat me. But shoot, my mom woke me up, she said, come outside. I said, nah, I done told you about acting up in front of these teachers, making me get off work. That was the worst thing. Mama, you ever make your mama get off of work, just know
That's the worst part.
You can hang
They gotta
up.
get off work to come get you.
If mama went all the way across town, if mama ever had to leave Blue Cross, that's it.
That's it.
It's
bruh.
over.
Bro, I remember you know, Baton Rouge School, we had something called a Thursday folder. I don't know if y'all had that or
Yeah,
not.
we did that Thursday.
I know some people got different things, but back in Florence we had Thursday folders.
Thursday folders, right?
I'm telling you, and it was all the grades you had, you know, like all the tests you had the previous week or whatever.
Yeah.
I think I made a bad grade or something. So I was like, you know what?
You did.
I'm just about
My
to
brother
take,
told me.
take that
No,
out.
tell the whole story.
That's literally what happened.
My brother's like, I'm gonna take. No, he's like, Mom, take your grade out. Take your grade out. And
I'm
he
like,
was-
bro, we in the same class. So
Yeah,
I can't have
that
a
was-
piece of paper.
That was smart.
You
though.
do.
My brother's like, I'm gonna take it out. I was like, Sean, I don't think you need to take it out. I don't think you need to take it out.
So I think I took it out and forgot to tell my brother that, I
Yeah,
took it out.
we never
because we
talked
had
about
a
it.
conversation about it.
Yeah.
But I took it out, but we never like decided what was the plan.
right.
But I forgot.
And he took it out anyway. And
So
I told him
so
not-
when it happened, Mom was like, "You don't have all your papers in here." I was like, "Really?"
I know what you're talking about.
I was
Like,
like,
let me look at that, mama.
I was like, seriously?
There's no way.
Some teachers always leaving out my grades.
Did she ask you one where yours is at?
she saw it.
No, she like I don't know. She just looked at it and she like saw that I didn't have. She know I ain't had like all the papers in there. I don't know how she just noticed one paper was missing.
Well, Mama did that anytime. I remember you did that one time before. And I took mine out, and she still do. Because she looked in your book bag, you remember? You
No,
put it-
that was that time.
Okay.
That was that time. That was
You
the same
put-
time.
So
My
what happened?
brother put it in his book bag, and she looked in the book bag and got it out the book
You
bag.
took it out of the folder and left it in your book bag?
Yeah. No, he didn't leave it in the book
Well, you
bag.
want
That's
him-
where he hid it at.
That's why I put it at in the book bag.
He took
That's
it out
one
his
smart
bag.
place to do it, then. You know.
I'm going to take it out my phone
Right.
and put it in my book bag.
She never gonna look here.
That was a rough night, bro.
Yeah, I
You gotta
had
be that night.
Yeah, boy.
My mama was
Come on
mad.
now.
My mama was mad.
Hey,
And she was like, "Juan, go get my belt." And I was like, I didn't want to go get it because I was like,
Cause you gotta
loyalty.
beat your butt.
But when she said, she used to always do that. If I was getting the beat, she'd be like, "Sean, go get the belt." If I get the beat,
That's literally what she did.
she'll want us to go get the belt.
You ready to go get the belt?
Because if he get it, he was gonna get it.
You get the belt, or both of y'all get
She
it.
said, "If I go get it, everybody get the beat."
Oh,
And then my dad just started laughing like, "I can't get no beat now, so somebody gotta get the belt."
Just well, you better listen to your mama.
And Mama said, "If I ever go get the belt, everybody in the house get the beat."
She would look at it, they said, why can't you get the beat?
That was tough, bro.
Hey, what was the worst beating that you ever got, Eric?
My mom is good at delivering final blows, and I'll explain. So me and Kenny, we mess around pranking each other and stuff like that. I think he pulled a prank on me the day before, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get him back." So I was ironing some clothes, and I'm like, "Okay, let me just put this up to him. Let me see if he can feel the heat or whatever." I ain't get no reaction, so I carry him.
Wait.
Y'all was playing a
What?
prank on with the iron?
You should have burned him.
You trying to burn him?
No, I just wanted to see. So he was asleep. I was just trying to see if it would wake him
He
up.
was sleeping.
You
So
burned
you're
your
trying to
brother
burn him.
with the iron while he was asleep?
I mean, I didn't touch him. I held a good, good little 6 inches away from him. I ain't get no reaction, so I was like, okay, this is boring. So So then I dropped it,
Oh.
and then not dropped it, but I just like did something else. And so next, what Kenny comes to the bathroom talking, oh, my skin's peeling, la la la. I'm like, bro, just relax. This is probably puberty. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody goes through this. I was trying to, deflate the situation because all you had to do was get loud that my parents were here. So the next thing they call me in the room. I tell them what happened. Dad is just beating me, like a little slave. Had all my clothes off. And then my mom's like, get out of the room. And, I got beat all across my legs. So you really can't move too fast. You know what I'm saying? You kind of wobbling back and forth.
Yeah.
So my mom comes up and bites me on my left shoulder.
Oh.
And as I'm walking out, she's hanging on my shoulder. My dad just stopped beating me. Everybody was just quiet. I was trying to figure out why she's hanging on my shoulder. Like, can y'all imagine that? It's like a piranha, just jaws open. Yeah.
Why did she bite your shoulder?
Because you out there showing off.
Her explanation was I wasn't walking out the room fast enough.
But
So she bit you?
so she bit you, yeah.
She bit my shoulder. Maybe my dad had a conversation afterwards. She was like, I mean, I can understand why you was moving too fast. I mean, I did get your legs, but like that jump did catch me off guard. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Well, somebody understood because I definitely don't understand the bite part. I'm like,
Bro, what was going through your mind like after all that happened? Like, you know how like as you get a beat, you go into your room, be mad. Like, I'll probably be terrified, honestly, if I was you here.
nah, I was like boo-hoo, crying, sniffling, probably had a little snot running down. Just
Everybody run away.
About to run away.
I can't do this no more.
No, he can't run nowhere in society here.
I want to pack my bag. I was gonna go somewhere, find some white people or something, because they wouldn't treat me right. But I was just like, dang, you my mom. Like,
You
this is
bit me.
crazy.
You bit me.
Bruh.
Like, I thought you loved me. Like, what's going on?
Look. You know what's the favorite line about my mother? It's gonna hurt me more than it hurts
I
you.
used to hate that.
I used to hate that shit.
I said, how? And I'm the one getting
How's
the
it
beat.
hurting?
No, but honestly, I can show you better than I
I
can
can
tell
tell you,
you.
sister always did that.
Or what's another one? I brought you into this world.
I can take
and
you
I can
out.
take you out
Yeah.
of it.
There was another one when you whacking up in the store. You said, were you embarrassed at? Or were you show off
When you
at?
act up as when you get
Bro,
it.
me and my brother used to get beat. We got so many beatings in Ross.
So many.
Ross, Cato's, we was all up
Cold.
in the
What y'all run
Especially
around?
cold,
What
yeah.
y'all run around and climb
Well,
up on
see,
that?
no, this is on my mama. Cause my mama will stay in the store for about 2 hours.
Bro, come on.
If you go to the store and we young,
You want to be in the store all day.
if you don't be there that long, it's okay. Cause like, okay, we going to another store.
Yeah.
Mama will go to Kohl's and we can be there. We'll get there at 3 o'clock. We probably won't be leaving till 5. So my brother start playing, little coat racks. We'll be like
Be
playing
hiding
hide and seek in
there,
the
yeah.
racks and stuff. And then one time I opened it and my mom was like,
Said, "Boo, get out!"
oh, okay, boo. Oh, I got your boo.
Because I
That's
get,
your boo.
you know, hey, get your behind around here.
"You got yanked out so fast." I was like, woo. I was cheesing too. 'Cause I thought it was my brother. I was like,
Then she showed you, lit your behind up. You know
Right.
what's one of the worst beatings? Like you go to sleep. Y'all know everybody used to hate doing dishes and whatnot. And you go, you leave about 3-4 dishes, maybe like a pie or something. Like you think your sister or brother gonna catch it up
Yeah.
for you or not. And next thing you know, I go to sleep. I'm chilling. I'm like, enjoying myself. Next thing you know, I feel the light come on. I was like, it must be my brother or something.
Yeah.
All I know, the belt came across. I was, bah! Woke up. She said, "Get your tail in there and wash them dishes right now."
Sheesh.
While you asleep?
While I was sleeping, she whipped me all the way to the kitchen.
And I bet there was only one fork in the sink. When they were-
It was like maybe a pot and 2 plates.
"Nah, pot." Y'all got.
Yeah, I got that shit.
Y'all gotta watch this.
I said, that's y'all. I try to back you.
I mean, but you get too tired. Well, you get tired. You're like, "Boy, I done wash all the dishes." Dishes be stacked up, and you like, you know what? I don't feel like washing this. I'll get it tomorrow.
You want to eat right?
But you want to think about that when you was young.
Facts.
Dishes. You like, man, dishes, man. We got a dishwasher, but we don't use the dishwasher.
Well, my granddaddy said, a dishwasher. I got 2 dishwashers right here. And he ain't raised his hands up.
I tell you that'll get you every time.
But lately, like, I don't know. Like, my mom been on some, like, I ain't gonna say, like, I ain't trying to be disrespectful. My mom been on some, like, kind of suspect stuff lately, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, this past Easter, like, I hit my mama up. Like, people go home for Easter, even though we didn't have a traditional Easter because all this stuff is going around. But I hit my mom up. It was like, hey, mom, like, you cooking this Easter? And, like, she didn't text me back. I text her on Friday.
Sheesh.
And, like, everybody, like, the next day, Saturday, everybody was saying, yeah, I plan on going home for Easter. Like, my such and such supposed to be cooking this and that. I was like, bro, now I'm thinking about my mama nephew hit me back up, bro. I had to call her, and I was like, hey, mom, like, you ain't got my text message? She's like, yeah, baby, I'm sorry, but I just got, a little too busy, running errands and stuff like that.
Errands, everything come out.
I was like, what was you running errands for? I was like, Mom, so you cooking? She's like, I might whip a little something. She said, why, you coming? I was like, yeah, I was planning on to. She said, oh, okay. I said, so you weren't going to tell me that you was cooking? Bro, I ain't going to lie, bro.
It sounds like the only time you want to go home is when she cook you.
Well, that's not true.
Oh.
But when I come home, I expect to eat good.
That's facts. That's facts.
But I had to pull mom to the side, bro. I was like, hey, Mom, like, we straight?
Yeah,
like, we
I
good?
would have had to holler at mom after. I was like, hey, like,
We good?
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Like,
You ain't fucking with me?
like we good. Like,
Everything good at home? Like, we straight?
we straight. We good. Like, I know I've been gone, but
Yeah,
we good. We straight.
You know, I got a lot of stuff going on. Like, I'm just making sure we straight.
Right.
You want to have a glass of wine or something, man? Like, you know, we can talk about this.
Right.
It is what it is. I think probably like one of the worst times I think me and my mom had. I wouldn't say it's like a worst time, but it was like worst timing because I think I got caught, you know, in the act of doing something. Which
Caught in the act.
After doing what? Be specific.
Be specific. Tell the people.
you
Be
know,
transparent.
I mean, so me and you know, ex person, you know, we got caught having sex.
Watch
No
out
names,
there.
no names, no names.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got caught having sex.
Sheesh.
And initially I didn't want to have sex because this was when the NBA Finals was on. This
Right.
was like game 4 or game 5. This was when Miami and San Antonio was playing.
Okay.
All right.
Understandable.
Classic Hollywood.
Yeah, so we, you know, I was watching the game. I was full in the game. My mom was in the room. Door was like, I think either closed or open, one of the two. I think it was open. And I was sitting there just watching the game, like full-fledged in the game, like focused. And then she was like, hey, come on, let's go to the room or something. I was like,
Yikes.
like chill out. You know, I'm trying to watch the game. Like, you know, maybe later we can do that. But
You
I'm
said
trying
that,
to-
Sharon?
No, being dead. I'm being so serious. Like,
Okay.
I said, let me wait. The game is like right here. Like, let me
Right.
finish this real quick. Maybe at halftime we can, you know, go, you know, do some things.
Right.
Understandable.
And then, you know, she was like, you know, let's go right now. Like, you know, I want this right now. And I'm like, and after like probably about 5 minutes of like, you know, just straight like, let's go have sex. I was like,
Come on.
let's go. All right, cool.
Damn, since you're asking so much. Damn. All right, come on. Shit.
you know-
Oh, that's for shit.
We went in the room, and then my sister in the room, you know, with her person, you know, and they chilling, they talking. And, you know, we went in the room, and she looked at me, I look at her, and then she just started laughing. She like shook her head, started laughing. I said, all right, cool. I closed the door, and when I closed the door, you know, we started getting it in, you
Of
know,
course.
little boom boom room type stuff.
Okay.
Lights was out.
Being grown.
Yeah, you know, being a little grown, you know, but you know, it had to happen. And you know, usually
It didn't
sometimes
have to happen.
I mean, it didn't have to happen, but it needed to happen because, you know, if it didn't happen, she would have kept bugging me. And then like usually our dog Jojo at the time was like just busting in the room. He was just busting in the room and like come jump on you and stuff like that. So the door busts open, and I'm like, you know, I'm thinking it's JoJo, like, that's JoJo and whatnot, you know, a little small, little chorky, you know, run through. He gonna come up and jump on us or something like that. Next thing you know, the light cut on.
It wasn't
I was
JoJo.
like, hold
Yikes.
on. I said, I know JoJo ain't jumped that high. He ain't Michael Jordan jumping up hitting the light. And I look back, and you know, I got my pants halfway down, and you know, she got her like skirt all the way up, and
Sheesh.
I'm like, I look back, she looked back, and my mom was like, get your nasty asses out the room right now. I was like, oh Lord Jesus.
You was already ready for me because you already had your pants down.
Look, but I ain't get a beating though. She just was like, you know, shocked, and I was like, all right, damn. Like my mama just caught me having sex.
Now you looking like a fool with your pants.
So did y'all finish watching the game? Did y'all go back and watch?
No,
so-
like my mom, when my mom said like get the hell out of her house right now, that meant get the hell out like in 0.2 seconds. So I
all
told,
the way out.
yeah, all the way out. Like she got out. Like me, I had to stay because you know
That was your house.
the repercussions was coming. So I was gonna try to walk her home. She said, "You ain't about to walk nobody home. Your ass gonna stay in the house." I was like, "Oh."
Wow.
Lord. And that's why I said, "Hey, I'll call you later. I'll call you later." And then
You told her that?
I told I said, "I'll call you later."
In front of
She
your
had to
mom?
walk
In front
on
of
by
your mom?
herself.
Yeah, she had to walk home by herself. 'Cause my mom,
She said, "Mom, I'm trying to be a gentleman, Mama. Come on."
my mom wasn't trying to hear none of that. She said, "Get in my room right now." She said, "You gonna disrespect me in my house? You gonna have sex in my house while I'm here? You couldn't have the decency to wait until I left, but you wanna have it while I'm in the house? You know, lost your everlasting mind. What is wrong with you?"
You gotta see where she coming from.
Yeah, I got, you know,
You
but
do got
then,
a point.
but you know how it come off. You know, the family started to hear about it. You know, my uncle got it. You know, she told my grandma, but I didn't find out nothing about this until like after my mom passed. And then she was like, "Yeah, you know, she told us everything." I was like, "But y'all ain't tell me this. Y'all just want to say something at the family reunion. Y'all want to, you know, bring out this to the whole family."
That's what your mamas do, bro. Your mama tell your news like way quicker than you ever be able to tell your
I'm
news.
telling
bro.
you.
Quick.
I ain't get my side out of nothing. You know, my stuff just all out, free froggling. My grandma was like, "Boy, you nasty."
Sharon, there was no way to defend yourself, though. I mean, you got caught with your pants down.
I mean, yeah, but
What would you say? Like, what was your part of the argument?
I mean, I couldn't say nothing because I was just shocked as her. My sister laughing and stuff. She over there like, kikiing it up. And I'm just sitting there looking like, well, Ma, I really wasn't trying to do it. But, I mean, it just happened. Well, you know what?
Not you trying to play victim.
I mean, I was the victim. I didn't want to do it. I was pressured
Trying to play
into
victim in
doing
your
it.
own house.
That's
Look.
why acting like he was peer pressure to have sex.
I was. Because I was watching the NBA Finals. I wanted to watch the NBA Finals,
True.
and I was pressured into having sex.
Now you have plenty of time to watch the NBA Finals.
Right, plenty of.
Reruns and all.
I promise
You know, she never wanted to come back over. She was so scared of my mom because, I mean, y'all met my mom. Like, my mom would just chill, and, you know,
She's real.
Yeah, she just real. She keep it butt when she like. She ain't gonna cut no corners, and that's how she just kept it with everybody. I remember that first time, like when I first got my first tattoo.
I'll never forget that.
Bro, I would never forget that. As long as I live, I would never forget that.
Strasser, y'all come to the car with me because it probably a hip with my mom. We was like, I don't know what's going to
That's right.
We don't think that's going to help.
I thought Sherrod about to give us the beat.
Yeah, because we was there.
Bro, say, so y'all knew about this and didn't tell me?
No, she said that. She said, he must have gone home with y'all.
Yeah, she did. I was about to laugh.
I said, he need to? She said, he gonna have to.
I think Sherrod, you had a tank top, ain't it?
Yeah, and I think the button was missing, so it was like, no, it wasn't a tank top. No, it was like a black like silk shirt. And I think we had dance practice that day, and I told y'all to come out because we was leaving. And that was like my first tattoo. It was like before graduation, 2 weeks before graduation. And it was like that big black cross on my chest. And then my mom like saw it from the car, and she said, "What the hell?" And then she looked, and she grabbed my shirt and she pulled me towards her. She said, and she started rubbing my tattoo. She said, "This come off, right?"
Sherrod got jacked up right in front of her.
I said, "No, ma'am."
That's probably the worst thing, bro, to get beat or jacked up in front of your friends.
Bro, that was embarrassing. She said that shit better come off. I was like, "Come on, this is like
She
real."
was like, I'm going to take it off.
And she's like, what it mean? What it mean? And then Sherrod started explaining it. And she's like, I can't nothing about that. So why you asking?
No, and Sherrod had a great answer.
A great answer.
When he told her what, he was like, this means hope and this means prosperity. She was like, okay, I don't care nothing about that. Like, she let him finish everything, and she was like, I don't care nothing about none of that.
But you still in my house. You still got a tattoo.
I used to hate that, bro. My house, my rules. Like, bro, like, that literally makes no sense.
Or when you get money, like you get money and they tell you how to spend it, it's like it's your money, you spend it how you want to, but then when you spend it how you want to, then they want to dig in your behind for it. Why you spend all that money on that candy and that food? Bro, this is what I want.
Bro, my mom be guilt tripping me. Like, every time I want to do something I want to do, my mom be like, say if I want to go out, if I'm in like Florence or not, she said, nah, all the stuff I did for you, the times I want to go out, but I didn't go out because I had to take care of you. You want to leave me? I'm like, mom.
You're like, come on now. I said, that's not even, how does that even relate to now?
Oh, you doing the most.
Because at your age this time, you wasn't taking care of it.
You had me, so I ain't had nothing to do with that. I mean, I did, but it wasn't my fault that you had me.
Definitely wasn't your fault.
That's something you have to think about. Like, those are the choices you made. But then as soon as you say that, you get bust upside your head.
I promise you.
I feel like my mom was like, we good. Me and brother was naturally good kids. Like, we barely got
I don't
in
believe
trouble.
that.
We was. Well, I don't know.
I
I was a good child. My brother used to get more beats than me. Now,
Absolutely.
The worst beat. Now, my brother used to get a beat all the time. I feel like I was always going to get the belt.
Absolutely.
Why I go get the belt? Why I go get the belt? Why I go? And I used to be going to get the belt. I used to hate getting beats. But I remember the worst beat I ever got was when me and my brother was playing. We was like, we used to be running around the house fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
But this is when they wouldn't be at the house. My dad was off. He was outside cutting grass. So me and my brother was running around the house. And I think I was on the stool, and my brother he came around the corner and was running for me. I jumped off the stool, and my brother had slid and fell, and the stool that I jumped off of fell and hit my brother's head. And it bust my brother.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it bust my brother's head open. So I went outside, and I was like, damn, my brother bleeding. And he was like, well, get a Band-Aid. I was like, no, he bleeding. Like,
This gushing.
yeah.
Help me!
And so we had to go to the hospital, and when we got home, I thought mom was going to give us sympathy just because my brother was in the hospital. Like, she didn't get nothing about that.
Bro, I'm about to say, you can still get it when you get back home.
She's like, I'm going to send you to the hospital. I was like, Lord.
She said, look, your head hurt, but your behind don't.
Sheesh.
Yikes.
Y'all watch Everybody Hates Chris, right? I feel like I could relate more to Chris
I
than
relate to
anybody.
that so
Absolutely,
much.
bro.
Mama was just like
Chris
that.
never got away with nothing.
Nothing, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. Why? How could you not get away with nothing that you did?
Look, bro, like you can be doing the most extravagant thing and you still get overlooked. Like they still find a wrong in what you do.
It'd be like a small detail, but that you don't account for, but they always like be there knowing.
You got honor roll? Good. You supposed to get that. Like,
But what you only got an A, but you need an A plus. Don't worry about it. Bend over, touch the bed,
Bruh,
don't look back.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the worst beating I ever got was one that I didn't deserve.
oh, I remember.
That was the worst one I ever got.
What
bro.
happened?
I remember this, bro. I'll never forget this name, bro. This lady, this woman, her name was Miss Holloman.
Now
I'll say her
you
name.
turn eight.
I was absolutely,
Don't face no case. Come on now.
bruh. She
Please,
was
Miss
she was over
Holloman.
the after school program that we were in,
Yeah.
and she told my mom. I can't remember what she told. She was like, she told her I was like.
Somebody was fighting, and she thought
Somebody
you
was fighting,
involved.
and she thought it was me. She thought I was involved in it.
Yeah.
So she told my mom, she was like, Rashawn was in a fight earlier today, and we don't take fight, like we don't have no tolerance policy for putting your hands on people and stuff like that, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So she told Barbara that. Barbara was fussing at me. She was like, you know what? When we get to the house, I'm gonna give you a beat because I told you don't supposed to be out here putting your hands up. I'm like, Bob, I literally had to stop. I said, Bob, listen. I said, look, I know I'm bad, but I didn't do this.
I know the history you got.
I said, look, if you're looking at my past, yes. If you're looking at the past,
I
yes.
I can see it.
I said, but I didn't do it. I said, I'm telling you, I didn't do it.
I put my hand on the Bible.
Bob was like, no. Why would she tell me that you did it if you didn't do it? I don't believe you. I was like, Bob, I'm telling you. I said, Bob, please, I'm begging you. My brother was like, Bob, he was with me the whole time. Like, he wasn't fighting. She's like,
you lying for him.
You about to get one too for lying. My brother was like, all right, well.
I tried.
I can't help you now.
I tried them out. I did all I could do. Bruh, so I ended up getting a beating, bro.
Yeah.
Got a beating, bro. I was just so mad. And I was like, bro, this is crazy, bro. I really can't believe I got a beating
for
doing something I did not do. Like, it wasn't even a little bit of the truth. Like, I got a beating for doing something I didn't have nothing. I didn't even have nothing to do with it completely.
So about like now, like, can you tell your mama that wasn't you and she believe you?
No. This is how the story continues. The next day, Miss Holloman came. She said, "Hey, so and so told me that you that he was the ones that was fighting, and it wasn't you. So I'm gonna have to talk to your mom when she comes to pick you up today." And she was like, "Don't forget to tell me." I said, "Oh." When she told me that, I was like, "Yes, ma'am." But in my head, I was like, "Oh, you promised you? I ain't gonna forget to tell."
But the beating already happened though. So
the beating already happened. So when it happened, she told my mother. My mom was like, Hold on. Say that again now.
That was.
And she was like, so what happened was, like, Rashad, we mixed up the names. It wasn't Rashad that was in the fight. It was so and so and so.
And she was like, and Rashad was with his brother the whole time.
Rashad was with his brother. He really wasn't doing it. Mama said, Rashad Jawad, step out, please. So she told us to step out of the office and close the door. And Mama just
let her have it.
She just let her have it.
Yeah,
she was just like, I done went home and beat my baby, and you tell her he didn't even do it, bro. That was one of the best days of my life. I knew it was over.
When she said Jawan, because no, she just be Juan and Sean. She said Jawan, Rashawn, step out. I said,
bruh, that was one of the best. Mama went home. She cooked my favorite meal. She was like, next time you do something bad, that beat will be just for that one. So you don't have to. So I won't get you for the next one.
You gotta get out of jail free card, basically.
I'm telling you.
That's a book. Ain't God good?
I'm telling you.
I never got that, but I feel like it would be something I appreciate if I got that.
Bruh, it was crazy.
So, like, how y'all boys, like, going on more serious note? Because I know a lot of, like, mothers get celebrated on, like, Father's Day. Like, I know we had a discussion about that last year. So, how do y'all feel about mothers getting celebrated on Father's Day? Even though that's not, like, a particular day for mothers, but, like, you know, like mothers play mother and father roles sometimes. You say you don't like it?
I don't think, like, no male figure will like it just due to the fact that a woman having to step up and play the man role. And don't get me wrong, like I said, being in that situation myself, you know, my mother raising me, my sister, and my brother, you know, like I said, from a single family home, and then my grandmother helping out, you know, as much as she can. You know, that's a tough place to be with not having a father in somebody's life, because that male figure is needed for that child or that son to be there and say, hey, well, what am I supposed to do as a man? And like, a mother can teach that, but they can't teach the true value of what the man truly needs at that moment in time, because a man needs to feel that. So, like I said, I mean, from learning that from experience, like, I'm proud of my mother for stepping up and being in that role from both sides. But it's always like needed for a man to step up. Like, that's why I'm thankful for my uncles and, you know, my cousins for always stepping up. Like my Uncle Mike and my Uncle Ronnie, like, you know, stepping up and being that father figure, because they didn't play. They already let you know, like, hey, don't let me come to the house and cut your behind, because I promise you ain't gonna like me.
Sheesh.
And, you know, like I said, I'm grateful for, you know, my mother being that person though. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I definitely feel that I feel like mothers should be recognized for, like, playing both roles, but I'm not gonna, like, say, hey mom, happy Father's Day. Like, I'm not gonna do that on Father's Day, you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like there's some stuff a mother can't teach a son.
Right.
So
that makes me appreciate you more as a mother if you play both roles.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I appreciate you more that you did both when you only was supposed to be like you stepped in, like, you played both roles.
I feel like this is only a conversation when it's Father's Day. Like, when it's Father's Day, then it's like mothers be like, I did both roles. Tell me happy Father's Day. But when it's Mother's Day, we don't be saying tell me. You don't see no men like tell me happy Mother's Day. Like, men don't really do that.
Yeah, like, you know, you should look for the tell me this, tell me that. Like I said, it's a job that, you know, like I said, we're supposed to do. Like, we know that this is an obligation that we have. Like, you can choose not to do it, But at the end of the day, like I said, that's something that we all have a choice to do, and I appreciate the ones that do step up and make that decision to say, hey, you know, even though they're not here to do this, then I'm gonna do it. And it's not always like a bad thing for being a single mother, because some mothers, they do have a life where there's the father and the mother, but then it's either, you know, the father probably dies from something, you know, from illness, or they might pass away due to some unforeseen circumstance.
Yeah.
But you know, they have to step up. And like I said, you know, Mother's Day is for mothers and Father's Day is for fathers, but we appreciate them for doing both sides of the, you know, spectrum and both sides of the job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I definitely understand that. So, like, speaking on, just gonna get a little personal. So, I know I'm only child, so like my father, like he moved away like once my mother and father got divorced. But you know, I still had my mother and my father both in my life. So, Sharon, how was it like after your mom like passed away? Like, how was you able to like go through Mother's Day, or like just go through like life in general, like after your mom passed?
I mean, after like my mom passed, it was kind of rough. I mean, it's still rough to this day. With everything that's going on, like in the world, like I said, I still get like my emotions, like they still pour out, especially on Mother's Day and her birthday. Like today is my grandmother's birthday. Y'all know my grandmother passed,
Yeah.
you know, about 2 months ago, and you know, those two women were like the mothers in my life. Like when my mom passed away, my grandmother stepped up and she became the mother of my life.
Yeah.
And she's always been in that role. Like if me and my mom got into it, we had a disagreement, my grandmother was there. So I had the opportunity to have two mothers growing up.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And like I said, it hurts all the time. Like I said, I think about them, and with everything that's going to happen tomorrow with moving into the house, you know, the biggest accomplishments for them wanting to be there. I know they're not here physically, but I know they're here in spirit, and that's the biggest thing I can, you know, appreciate. But it does suck to not have them here. It's very emotional on Mother's Day or birthdays or holidays, because those are the days you expect for them to be here. And it's not that I hate Mother's Day. It's just I don't have, I guess, the
Day of remembrance for you.
Yeah, like, you know, I have to remember that this is gonna be my first, you know, Mother's Day without my grandmother, and it's gonna be, you know, a couple years since my mother passed without, you know, having her
And then you
here.
see everybody else saying Happy Mother's Day, saying Mother on social media, so it's like a constant reminder throughout the whole day.
Yeah, and I mean, it sucks, and I just try to, like, I numb myself through that day, because like I said, I cry. Don't get me wrong, like I let my emotions out, and when I need to cry, I cry about it. You know, it sucks. I understand the emotions are going to come, and they're going to come throughout life every day. You know, things decide to get better, but there's those moments that come, and it's like you think about them more and more each day. And like I said, just, you know, with Mother's Day coming up, I know it's going to be a difficult day, but it'll be a day of celebration. You know, to remember all the good things and the hard times that we've been through with each other. But I always look back on the memories and say, hey, you know, I had a great mom. I had a mom that, you know, sacrificed for me and my brother and my sister to get somewhere. Like, it was many a days, like, you know, growing up in Hemingway, like when we was living in the projects, like we didn't have much. Like, you know, all we had was us and our neighbors. Like when the lights went out with us, we went to our neighbors. We had a storm to go through, you know, our doors was open, and, you know, we helped each other. Like, you know, and my mom sacrificed everything, single thing to have for us. Like, if we needed it, she gave it to us. Like, she would make sure that she would feed us first before she had her meal. And if she didn't eat, then she just didn't eat. And that was just her mentality. And I think that's what I got from my mom. Like, I sacrificed so much, you know, for my family. And, you know, I try.
And even with that, Sharon, like, I think, like, you know, we all know your mom and your grandmother very well. We've been around them for, you know, a good part of our lives. But, like, I think the greatest thing that they wanted for you was for yourself to be sustainable. Like, look what you said. You're about to move into a house. You've got a good job, and you're continuing to excel. You're getting your education together. You know, I think all mothers would be proud of that. I think that's what they want for their kids, to do better and be better for themselves and be able to provide for themselves. And you're not just doing it for yourself. You do it for us. You do it for your own siblings and anybody you basically care about. So I think, you know, that's... You know, I think that you just gotta take that in consideration. I know there are a lot of dark days and stuff like that, but your moms are so proud of you. You know, your grandma's so proud of you. Like, all the women in your life are proud of you. And, like, looking at where you were and who you are now, man, like, I think that's probably the greatest accomplishment. I feel like that's why they always look down and smile.
I definitely do appreciate that, bro. Like I said, it's definitely growth. Like I said, growth and understanding, like, how I was raised. Like, I was raised to have manners. I was raised to, you know, grow up as the gentleman. And like I said, and I have, like, I mean, we all have had moments in life where, you know, we had probably like a bad attitude, or, you know, we had those moments where it's like, you know, we need to fix. And I'm thankful for them having me look at that and address that, like, hey, you need to fix this now before this takes over your life and leads you in this direction. Because if I would have had the same attitude that I had when I was younger, I probably wouldn't be in the position that I am today.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for the many beatings and many lessons, talks, the open door policy. That's one thing my mom always stressed. Like, my doors are open 24/7.
Yeah.
It don't matter if I'm angry or mad, upset, happy, sad. It don't matter. Like, you can come in my room. If you need to talk to me, then we'll talk. And we'll talk for hours. I'll sit on the bed with her. Me, my sister, my brother, we'll lay up in the bed and we'll just be chilling. We're talking, and she'll bring some gems to the table. She'll drop some gems and be like, hey, well, back in the day, this is what I did, or this is what, me and my mother went through, and how that's why I think me and my mom are so much alike, because we clash a lot.
Yeah.
We was just each other's twin, and like how she carried herself back then is like how I carried myself. And then I grew up and she started seeing that, and then, with seeing my mom pass, and then like the transition of her, like seeing how sick she was and whatnot. I tell people every day, like, as a son, I never expected to take care of my mother in a way of, washing her, feeding her, carrying her everywhere. Like, that takes a toll on you mentally. And I tell people, I say, be grateful. Like, if you have a mother in your life that, is there and they do things for you and they, are there for you, cherish that. Because, like, when they gone, you only get one mama. Like, that is the truest thing that you ever do. Like, there will be other motherly, like, people in your life, but you only get one true mother that you were birthed from. And, if you got an opportunity, if the relationship ain't as good as it, used to be, I tell people now, I say, I don't force myself and tell people, say, hey, fix that. No, like, that's up between y'all two. That's a relationship that can be salvaged. If you decide to do it or they decide to do it, then you do.
Bro, one thing I like really wanna, I really remember about your mama. She, like, every time like we had a conversation with her, it always was meaningful conversation. Like, it was casual conversation, but she would drop gems in there, like, almost knowing that she wasn't going to be around for that long. Like, I would see, like, I remember she would tell us, like, sometimes she would just, like, talk about, like, girls and certain things. She was like, don't let girls get into what y'all got established. Like, she would tell us that.
Spoke with knowledge and purpose.
Right, and it would come from nowhere. Like, we wasn't even, like, it wasn't even on that subject.
Yeah.
But she would just tell us that, and we would just be like, okay, all right. Like, we, like, at that age, and,
You wouldn't think nothing.
yeah, we wasn't really thinking about what she was saying. Like, she would just tell us stuff. I remember every day when she would pick up Sherrod after school, she would have something for us to tell us. Like, no matter what it was, like, she would tell us something. And, like, looking back on that, like, it was a reason why she was doing it.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know the reason at that point.
But she knew though.
I don't even think Sherrod knew the reason at that point. She would just tell us. Like, I remember me and Sherrod got a little argument, and she was just like, y'all need to figure it out.
Straight like
No,
that.
it was just like that was just what it was. It wasn't no like, oh well, we not talking to each other. Like, no, y'all need to handle it. Y'all need to figure it out. Like, that was it. Like, it was just
Straight like that. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat it.
like, that's all it was, bro. Like, so it would just be like, okay, well, we here, so that's what it was. So
But usually your mother will be able to tell you, like, who's supposed to be in your life and who's not. Like, your mother's a good judgment
I'm
of your
telling
friends.
you, bro.
You know what I mean?
So good at that.
I'm telling you.
Because there'd be a lot of times where, like, I'll go hang out with my friends, or, like, friends outside of, like, the way they ate, and my mom be like, you're not going to go hang out with, Rashawn, Jawan, and Sharon? And be like, no. She'd be like, oh, okay, you know these people? Like how long you knew them for?
She's like, they're straight, they're
Yeah.
good. Like,
When I say I'm
I
about
ain't
to
hear nothing about it.
but when I talk about
Y'all think he ain't named me just now, right?
Eric also, but yeah, you know what I mean, bro.
No. I just want to make sure everybody heard.
bro, he just didn't name everybody in the group. Eric, obviously,
He named everybody.
I said
but
way
me.
to 8.
oh my god,
Eric, you're not about to do this right now, bro.
All right, bro, I'm just saying.
Including Eric, and I would like tell him I'm hanging out with these people, but then when I say like I'm hanging out with Juwan, Eric, Rashawn, and Sharon, she's like,
And Eric,
she's like,
And
oh,
Eric.
okay, all right, I'll see you later. Tell the fellas I say hey.
bro, that's really what it be like, bro. For
Yeah.
real.
So that's something that I think everybody doesn't understand, like, the power of, like, our friendship and our, like, brotherhood. And I tell people, I said, they ask, like, oh, that's your friend. I said, no, that ain't my friend. That's like my brother.
I was generated for your mom, to be real, bro. Like, I remember she we wasn't even that close at the beginning until we started really, like, coming to the car, having those car conversations with your mama.
Yeah,
Like, being real, like, we had some, like, serious conversations after trap practice. Like, I'm telling you, bro, like, she would just come and we would
Just
we
chop
would
it up.
literally just sit in the parking lot and just talk. Like, that's literally what we would do. Like, we'd just talk about whatever was going on, and she would just listen to us, and she would just give us our input on it.
Yeah.
That's
She'll
what
cut
she
up.
do.
Like, I mean, she was a jokey person too. Like my
she
mom,
really
she'll
jokey.
cut up, she'll laugh, she'll sing. You know, she'll cut a rug now. Like my mama get down with you. She don't mind going to the club, partying a little bit, have a little something to drink. You know.
Shoot,
She's not gonna be your friend though.
Yeah,
She gonna tell you what it is or what it ain't, no
Yeah.
matter who you are. I think that's something you gotta respect.
She's like, I'm your mama at the end of the day. I ain't never gonna be your friend.
Bro, my mom used to tell me that everything. She said, I'm not one of your little friends.
I'm not one of your little friends. You just be hanging around with.
You better recognize who you're talking to.
I promise you, bro. But I know a lot of guys in our generation, they always like try to find, you know, that person like to be with and like that person to like, I guess, call a significant other. But I saw something recently on Twitter. It was like, you shouldn't try to find a wife, you try to find a mother for your kids.
Sheesh.
Y'all boys catch that?
I like that.
So
I definitely like that.
I mean, it just like looks like more long term. Like, of course, you want to try to get with someone that's like going to be like compliments you at the end of the day, but like looking like long term, like who you actually want to be with. Like, I feel like a wife and a mother are like two totally different things. Like, I think anybody can be a wife, but not a whole lot of girls can be a mother.
Man, that's facts, bro. That is
Take a special person to be a mother, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
it takes a whole lot of sacrifice.
Gotta have a different mindset for that. Like I said, being a mother, being in that role. Like I said, you got to understand the word sacrifice because it's not about just you.
Yeah.
It's about you and yours.
Everything is sacrifice.
Or compromise. A lot of people don't like that word either.
Yeah.
A lot of people
know
hate
what compromise
A lot of
is.
people don't understand that
Well,
word.
and they don't want to do
We
compromise.
don't understand because there's no such thing as that in a black household. There's no such
compromise?
thing as compromise.
It's either gonna be this way or that way.
That's
It
it.
ain't gonna be your way. It's
You're
gonna be
not
my
grown.
way.
Compromise is a grown person word.
I promise you. Compromise. We didn't know about compromise.
You're not grown. You're not compromising.
You hold on. This gonna be the main question. You pay any bills in here?
How you compromise but don't pay no bills?
Still compromise.
Look, whenever you start paying the bill, then we can compromise about something. But until then, ain't no compromising in here. You
My
do what I
house,
say.
my rules.
You do exactly what I say.
I used to hate when
I
my
go
mom
wash
was
them dishes.
And look,
Right.
and if you don't want to do that, you know what you can do? You can use Pat and Charlie and get out.
Sheesh.
Pat and Charlie.
Pat and Charlie, your feet.
Pat and Charlie. That's it.
Shoot!
Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you.
I'm telling you.
Bro, I used to hate my mom used to say, don't do as I do as I say.
That's
Like,
it.
That's
Don't do
so
as I do, do as I
inconsistent.
say.
Bro, you be like, bro, see, that's why we gonna have beef at. That's what we ain't gonna like each other.
Because
at.
what I do might not be what's best for you.
Right.
But what I say, I'm speaking from experience, so I understand.
But as a kid, you be like, bro, like,
As a kid,
you get to do what
Yeah,
you
you
want to
get
do, and
that.
I don't get to do what I want to do.
But you doing it is worse than me doing it. Because me doing it, I understand I understand how things gonna end up and how things gonna come out. You're not really looking at the end goal right now. You're really looking at like surface level things.
yeah, facts.
I want to go to this. I want to go to the dance. I want to do this. I want to go out with my friends. I want to go to the football game. Like, you just want to do these things because everybody's doing it.
Not because you want to do it.
Right. You don't understand, like, your mom is like, nah, you can't go to this game. Like, why? Like, you don't really understand the purpose of it. But
gonna be there.
everything has a purpose, bro.
It definitely does. But I really didn't like look at it like that when I was younger because, like you said, like I was only doing it because everybody else was doing it. But like looking back at it, bro, I really appreciate my mom for like keeping me in the house. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
telling you, bro.
So, I mean, that really just goes to like show that my mom had a bigger vision for myself than I had for myself. Like, she knew the kind of world that we was growing up in. And I think, Sean, you even touched on, I think you said that the scariest moment of your life is when you have a kid.
I'm telling you, bro.
know what I mean?
When I have a son, bro, that's gonna be the scariest day of my life. Like, being at this age and seeing everything that's going on, and I know everybody's seeing the passing of Ahmad that happened a few months ago, and everybody's been posting everything. But
Sean Reed, too, right?
yeah, him too. It's scary, bro. Like, it's honestly scary. Like, the way everything, like, I don't know, bro. Like, it's tough being a black man in this world, but
Like, how do we get back to this? I feel like it wasn't. I feel like it was always there, like police brutality and like, you know, like terrorists and like hate crime. But I feel like it's always a certain time of the year, like a certain time where it just resurfaces back.
Right.
And now everybody's stuck on it.
right.
You know what I mean?
I feel a lot of people want to have this notion, oh, it's 2020, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
We have to stop saying that because, like, all of the signs are still there. Like, all of like, there's still people that are racist. There's still people that are bigots. There's still people that are prejudiced. There's still all these things, but they just come in different. They come in different forms.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think what's making it worse right now is that, like, we're in this pandemic, so you really have nothing to do but to be yourself and do yourself. And now everybody's kind of exposing their true nature and stuff like that. Like, races are really coming out because they have nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's something my granddad told me a long time ago. He said, members of the Ku Klux Klan don't wear sheets anymore. They wear Brooks Brothers suits, and that's really something you can think about because it's not going to look the same way.
Yeah.
But it's still gonna be the same actions, bro. It's still gonna be the same actions.
I mean, I think that goes back into what we was talking about with Hannah and Lyric. Like, people really show them true selves when they're hiding, like, when they're invisible, plain in sight. Yeah, it's like the people that you walk with or like see every day. Sometimes they'll be the most racist people, but you'll never know because they're just acting like they're putting on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
and touching on that, like, I think it was like a report saying that the officer went to the house of Ahmaud and talked to his mother and said that, oh, well, your son was involved in like a break-in of a home or something like that, and that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Like,
they always try to justify it with like a criminal action, like he shouldn't have been doing this, or like he matches the profile of somebody else that we was looking for.
Yeah, and my biggest thing from like a law enforcement standpoint, both of them going to jail. Both of them going to jail.
Either like regardless of what he was doing,
Wrong.
Be realistic. Regardless of what he was doing, what makes you think you could literally chase him, hunt him down, and kill him?
Because he was running.
If you breaking into a place, like if you breaking into somewhere, that doesn't
equate to killing.
That's not equate to killing him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
If you were running down the road and you decide that you want to just be big bad and you want to decide to try to do a citizen's arrest, which that ain't even your place.
Yeah.
That's not your place to do anything like that because, like I said, all he was doing was running. Minding his business. Anybody can run down a roadway, and as long as they doing something that's productive and they're not out here causing any harm or malice towards somebody, then you straight. But other than that, why should it be anything like that? Why should it be anything of you're trying to take somebody's life?
Yeah.
For what reason? And when he was trying to defend himself, and he was struggling to get you off of him, then you decided to take his life. Like that is a scary thing for a black man to sit here to think that we can't do anything anymore. We can't walk down the street. We can't go for a run.
Can't get Skittles from
can't do
gas
nothing.
station. Can't get nothing, bro.
It's sad that we, as black men and as black people, as a community, period, we can't go nowhere without being profiled. We can't go anywhere without thinking that it's a safe place to be. Like, what is a safe place for a black man? It's not even your home.
And you see the protests going on the past week with everybody with no guns literally in the police face.
Yeah, shot and stuff like that.
And that little boy got shot with a toy gun. A toy gun at the park, and these people got real guns in the police face and walking away still alive, sleeping, and probably talking like we are right now.
I think what's go ahead, Sean.
I was saying I definitely think it goes to show you that racism is something that is taught. It's something that is learned. Because if you, I say this all the time, if you look at a kindergarten class is probably a time where kids, they're not really looking at color.
Yeah.
Like a kindergarten class, they go play with you. They want to know if you want to be their friend, not what color you are.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to play?
They did
That's literally what it is. So if it's why it becomes like when they get to a certain age, like, oh, I don't like them because of this color.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's taught.
Taught at home.
It's taught at home. It has to be a re-education There's no way that racism would still exist if it wasn't taught. It's not nothing that you're just born with. You don't wake up and be born with, oh, I don't like him because he's this color. That just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen at all. What you were saying, Eric?
I just think that the most disappointing thing as far as the lack of action has been brought about. Like, I believe 3 DAs have passed up on the case as far as actually indicting those officers, and it just aggravates me because you have people that verbally advocate for the rights of life for African Americans, or black people, period, and stuff like that. But they rather stand in and be safe than stand out and use their voice, use their platform to make a difference. Like, there is no reason why there shouldn't be any indictments or charges happening. There should be no reason why there aren't stricter regulations and stuff like that, especially if you claim from a morality standpoint that you're with us, or even a faith standpoint that you're a Christian. I don't like your values are being, they're shaken, they're broken. There's no way that you could honestly sleep well at night knowing that you passed up on providing justice, or you passed up on legal action to take against these guys. That's just really what aggravates me, because we won't really ever have a way to combat ourselves, like, as far as the proper way with the law, because we're being, like, no one wants to use their voice, no one wants to use their platform.
There's no morals, bro. I feel like at the end of the day, like, people like morals of people just started going away. I feel like everybody's trying to take a bystander point of it. Like, if I didn't see it or I don't say nothing, then I'm good. But not saying nothing, not doing nothing, you're just as part of the problem as you are the original problem that existed. You know what I mean?
But I think people try to silence each other too. Like when it comes to like wanting to have a voice or wanting to stand up for yourself, a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people just say, "Oh, you just somebody that's talking like you just somebody that doesn't see it from both sides of the spectrum." No, we see it from both sides of the spectrum, but you gotta understand a point. Like this is what's happening to us.
Yeah.
Like this is a constant thing that is happening. You don't see anything else being publicized or put out there in the tabloids and the magazines or out there in global news about somebody doing the same thing that a black man does. A black man can get more publication than anybody else. I'm telling you. Like if a white man would have done the same thing, been run down the street and 2 black people would have done it, I guarantee you it would have got publicized way more. Oh, what a white
lynched on the spot.
exactly.
You got lynched on the spot.
A white man would have been. Oh, he had a family. He had kids. Okay, what about him? He had a
every
family.
excuse in the world.
He had kids. He had a job.
I was seeing one thing when they were like, the reason why a lot of stuff have been moving slow is because of like the pandemic or whatever. Like in terms of the Ahmaud case,
Yeah.
I was seeing like some official was saying like that's why, or that was the reason why it's been moving so slow. Cause he was killed. Ahmaud was killed in February. I don't know if a lot of people know that he was killed in February, and they were saying they were saying that the pandemic was one of the reasons why like it was moving so slow. But if you didn't know, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of people do know this. But Georgia just opened back up.
Yeah.
Like it's open now. So
Yeah.
and Bakari Seller said something that was like it really struck with me. It said it's a shame that you can get a tattoo, but you can't get justice in Georgia.
Ooh.
Like that's really what it is. Like everything's opening back up. So we need to get this case up and running. Like we need to really start this trial. We need to start something because a man literally was minding his business, he was jogging, trying to exercise, trying to better himself as a black man or as a man in general, and he got killed.
Yeah.
In the neighborhood, bro. Like that's crazy to me.
And
Did he even have a weapon on him?
No, he was just running.
He was
just
jogging.
I don't understand the logic. Like,
He was running. He didn't have no tools to break into nothing. He was just running, bro.
And my
I'm trying to figure out why they felt like they had to bring their guns out and even use them. Like
That's
you
a
already
privilege.
had them to the ground. It only take 2 people to tango. You had them if they wanted to make a quote unquote arrest.
That's why I say it goes back to the re-education of the man.
Exactly.
These whoever the men that did this have an understanding in their mind that black men are animals. So that's why they hunted them down like one. That's really what it is.
And I think it's a fear. Like we are portrayed to be such like masculine figures and whatnot. And I think, like I said, I'm mixed. So like I said, I was raised on my black side.
Right.
But I understand the rights and the fights that we have to do and that we have been going through. A lot of people would tell me, well, you don't truly understand. I said, how don't...
They're going to look at you just like they look at me.
I said, how do I not truly understand? They look at me the same way. I said, just because I'm mixed...
Probably look at you worse.
They going to look at me like, oh, well, you still one of them.
I thought you traded.
Yeah. Oh, so you gonna be on their side?
I heard you talking about your Second Amendment rights, but you really gonna stand with us?
Hey, look. I believe in my rights to bear arms, but guess what? I believe in protecting myself and not just be out there just shooting and let it off and just harming others for no apparent reason.
Vigilante.
Yeah, like you just feel like you could take the law in your own hands. Like if I take the law in my own hands, it's for a reason. It's for a purpose. It's for protecting myself, and it feels like I have my life in danger, just like I would expect for y'all to do it. But not just to go pretty much hunt somebody down for running down the street because you have not seen that person in that neighborhood, or you feel like they shouldn't belong there, or they don't belong there. What if he lived out there?
That's an entitlement, bro. That's an entitlement they feel like it's upon them to like make these decisions when like they're no different than anybody else.
Right.
And that's a sad case. No mother, and it's sad that a mother has to come up on Mother's Day, and even though that if that was probably her only child, she not hearing from her only child like Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I promise you, I'm coming back home, and he didn't come back home, and now you have a mother that had to bury their child. What mother wants to do that? No parent at all wants to bury their child before they go.
Facts.
Who wants to do that? And that's sad that we have to sit here and we have to have her witness that, and then now the case is moving so slow, and then people want answers, people want justice, but we can't get that because the so-called pandemic is holding everything up. But we can allow these beaches to come back open, we can allow the malls and all this stuff to come back open, but when it comes to the justice system, we always take our slow behind time into getting things situated and getting things done.
I'm about to say, at this point, we can't look at police and say it's their fault.
Yeah.
We can't. There's nobody we can look to and say that, oh, it's their fault. It's their, like.
This is America problem.
That's what I'm
It's like a
saying,
whole
bro.
America
Like,
problem.
it's not nobody's, like, we literally got to take this into our own and really.
And I'm just gonna say this: we didn't get Zerman, but God said, I mean, we got to do something. The streets got to do something. I ain't trying to wish no
streets
death on
gotta do
nobody.
Oh, Lord, not the
But-
streets got to do
But I
it.
tell you, I just hated him.
And you ain't hate nobody, Juan. Like, Juan is a pretty easygoing guy.
That
but-
dude, that's what I became like the activist, like in my mind.
Bruh.
He just arrogant. It just how
Yeah.
how he came off with the
His
case.
interviews and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
how he just
ooh.
like, oh, like he deserved to die, like this, like it
I
don't
think
matter.
the latest action, I think he sued Trayvon's mom. Or
He
something
sued
like
Trayvon's
that.
Yeah,
mom.
for like defam.
When I say that man is a
For what?
DNR,
What he sue for?
I think
I think
slander or something like that.
Slander, defamation,
defamatory
yeah.
language.
defamatory.
So, what's slander? Man?
So
Slander.
after he
Did
killed
it.
her son, he sued her.
Like just
don't
like
get it.
recent, like after like they was just doing the marches and they was doing like the conventions and stuff like that. I said at the end of the day, like we gotta always take into account that we have to live a different life. Like I said, I have nothing against anybody, any race, any color, because I'm for everybody. I understand that everybody has a different way of life. People were brought up different, but don't act entitled. Don't be arrogant and say oh, well, I think this black man should die today because of this.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's not a fair judgment or treatment. When you judge somebody like, oh, you're black, you shouldn't be here. Like me moving into the house that I'm moving in, a lot of people are judged like, oh, you're a black man, you shouldn't be in that. You don't deserve to
You
be
don't
in
belong in
that.
this neighborhood.
You don't belong here.
Right.
But I fight. I pay my taxes just like anybody else.
They don't care.
I fight for my right. I served this country when I did the time.
don't
that
care.
I
They
did.
definitely don't care about
They don't
that.
care about that.
They feel like you're supposed to do that.
Oh well.
I feel like that's the least you can do for us.
Oh well. Guess what? You're just here. I mean, what else do you have going for yourself? I'm in school. I
They
got a
don't
good
care.
paying job.
They don't care.
I have manners. I was raised the right way.
They don't care.
I'm not disrespectful. I'm not out here doing God knows what.
You
in
know
the
the problem
street.
is you black.
Yeah.
That's your problem.
They don't care.
That's all they see.
They don't care about nothing else.
Life is too valuable to be measured by anyone, though.
Yeah.
I just don't get why we feel like we have the power to do that.
People try to play God. That's really what it is. Like people try to feel like they have the right to choose when someone lives and when someone dies, or who has rights and who doesn't.
Sheesh.
That's the problem.
It's only one God.
Yeah.
It's only
And the
one
media
person.
would have you confused because low key, like in middle school and high school, I was like, dang, we need to stay in school. We need to do this. We need to do this. It really don't matter what you do. You can
doesn't
do-
matter.
You can do everything right and still get killed,
I'm telling you, bro.
And-
or still be like followed in the store and stuff. It don't really matter.
You know.
And don't get me wrong, like I said, I know a lot of people may not understand this or may like try to give me flack for this, but I say as black people, we need to do better too. Like all together, just because this happens, this shouldn't be the only time we come together
Yeah.
and decide
That's
to
true.
fight
Absolutely.
for certain things. Because I see it like as working as an officer, like I said, I see certain ways that a lot of like black people, younger generation and older, handle themselves. Like it's sad. It's really sad that all this stuff is going on. You expect for stuff to be like this, but we over here shooting each other, and we over here still adding to the crime rate and stuff like that. But it's like, what do we want for ourselves to make a change or make a difference?
Yeah.
Because like I said, if they see that, that's all they're gonna go off of. That's all they want to say is, oh, well, this is all I see from you guys is y'all are criminals. All y'all want to do is bicker, fight, kill each other, and do all this and stuff. So that's when they start to create this judgmental aspect towards us. And I'm like, hey, that's not all black people. There are some bad apples in the bunch. Don't get me wrong. But guess what? We got people that's out here doing good for themselves. They got a nice paying job. They're teachers. They're trying to give back to the community. They're in these community resource programs like how Sean was feeding the homeless today. Like I said, they don't
to
see
them.
that. They don't see that.
They ain't gonna see that. They ain't gonna see that. They just see what they want to see.
But you know, just on a broader note, I mean, we just like have to really appreciate Mother's Day for what it is. Not trying to like stay away from the conversation, but Mother's Day should be celebrated every day, not just on a second Sunday of May.
Yeah.
Like this is a thing that we need to celebrate every day. And just shout out to all the mothers out there, all the mothers that are playing mother roles, our aunt mothers, grandmothers, aunts, cousins, just everybody that's out there just
Single
playing-
fathers.
single fathers that's playing the mother role. Like y'all really appreciate it. But we're coming to you like with more content, more good stuff on the way. But we just kind of wanted to tribute this episode to like really highlight the mothers because Mother's Day is Sunday, and I hope y'all got your Mother's Day present in line and in order. I
Please.
don't.
Sheesh.
But hope y'all
Please.
better than
I
me.
have it by Sunday.
Don't blame it on Amazon because y'all know Amazon they moving slow.
But this is your boy Marquise Q-Sav signing out.
All right, bro. This your boy Raider and Shine. Y'all boys be easy, man.
Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Trick or Treat Night.
People of God, stay blessed. Join Reverend McClown.
It's your boy Easy E. To all the mothers out there, we love you. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Happy Mother's Day.
Peace.